Hey, I'm Leo, and today I'm going to predict the results of the 2020 presidential election. Now, I've already made a video predicting what will happen in the congressional elections, so check out that video if you want a thorough breakdown on whether Democrats will flip the Senate. But this video will focus only on the Electoral College. However, before we begin, first a quick message from our sponsors. Hey, I'm Leo Ashe. Please subscribe to my channel. All right, that was great. So let's begin. So first, a word of warning. Electoral predictions are notoriously difficult as they can be influenced by countless variables from weather to voter suppression to, old people dying from COVID. So this is more of an art than a science. Now, in 2008, I was off by only one state. And in 2012, my prediction was right on the money. However, like most others, I was definitely off in 2016. So my record is like Obama's, good, but, far from perfect. Now, a lot can happen between today and November 3rd. So I'm going to give you three forecasts: a Biden landslide, a Trump victory, and my actual 2020 prediction. Now, let's begin with the states we already know. All of these contests are pretty much guaranteed with a likelihood of around 90% or more. So out of the 270 delegates necessary to win, Biden already has almost 200 and Trump has a little over 100. Next, let's include the states with a likelihood of roughly 70% or above. These are the states that could flip, but it's extremely unlikely. All of the light blue states went for Hillary in 2016, and even now, when Trump has historically low poll numbers, he's still beating Biden in all of these light red states by at least 10 points. So in the end, the 2020 election will be decided by these 10 brown states. Now, let's get to my first forecast, the Biden landslide, where Biden wins all 10 states. Now, I know this may seem unlikely, but if the election were held today, current polling puts Biden at least 2 points ahead in every state except Texas, Georgia, and Iowa. So if the COVID crisis gets just a little bit worse and Trump's polling goes down just 2 to 3 more points, this becomes a very real scenario. Now, my second forecast is a narrow Trump victory, and what's striking about this map are how few avenues Trump has to the necessary 270. Essentially, Trump must win Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Wisconsin, or he can't win. So while 10 states are seriously in play, only 3 states, 3, will determine the final outcome. And for perspective, all 3 states have Democratic governors, and Biden has been comfortably ahead by 7 points for quite a while. Also, even with a win in Wisconsin, Trump would still need a delegate from Maine to avoid a tie. So if Trump were to pull off another surprise win, this is what the map would look like. And to be clear, we know from 2016 that polling can be wrong, so this is 100% possible. But lucky for all of us, I don't think it's likely, and here's why. First, pollsters are determined not to embarrass themselves again in 2020, and they've already learned at least a little from their previous mistakes. Second, the COVID crisis won't be gone by November and will probably get worse if Trump forces schools to reopen in September. This means that Trump will continue to defend his incompetent response while bearing the burden of a weak economy. Third, Uncle Joe is a better candidate than Hillary. He's consistently polled better in swing states, and he won't make the mistake of, ignoring the Rust Belt. And lastly, voters just didn't know how bad Trump could be until he became president in 2016. But now that they do, there will likely be a surge in voting this year, particularly in states that allow mail-in voting. So all of that being said, it is finally time for my official 2020 prediction, which is, look at that, America. You may just narrowly avert re-electing the dumbest authoritarian in history. Congrats. Of the original 10 swing states, my prediction has Trump winning 3: Georgia, Texas, and Iowa. This is based not only on polling data, but on the fact that all 3 are completely controlled by Republicans. Also, Georgia and Texas are infamous for voter suppression, and Iowa has already begun making efforts to restrict mail-in voting. But what do you think? Let me know. I want to know. What do you think? Oh, what do you think? Oh, that sounded kind of racist. Also, even if you think Biden will win, does not mean that we can afford to be complacent. Please remember to vote, donate, and volunteer like your life depends on it, because guess what? It does. So check the link in the description to easily donate to the Senate candidates who need it the most, and watch my video on the race to flip the Senate. Let me know your predictions in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button for more comedy, cats, and politics. Until next time, I'm Leo Ashe. Stay angry. You fucking bitch. You waited till the very end? Now you're just showing the audience your butthole. How dare you? Waited till the very end.